A new warning from the White House. Officials are telling federal agencies to prepare for mass layoffs if the government is unable to avert a shutdown by next week. CBS News obtained a memo sent to agencies last night from the Office of Management and Budget. It tells them to consider reduction in force notices for people who work in programs where funding ends October 1st. It also says that employees should be laid off if their work is, quote, not consistent with the president's priorities. CBS News senior White House correspondent Weijia Jiang asked President Trump about that warning today.
Well, this is all caused by the Democrats. They asked us to do something that's totally unreasonable. They never change. They want to give money away to illegally, people that entered our country illegally. They want to give them massive federal money. And we don't want to do that because it means everyone's going to just keep pouring back. Right now, we have absolutely perfect borders.
And according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, at the end of August, the federal workforce was down 97,000 people compared to the end of January. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now. And Nikole, very good to see you. Can you talk about how we ended up right here in this position? What's currently standing in the way of passing funding legislation with this looming government shutdown?
Well, there's so much really that has brought us to this point. But the short answer is just obviously Republicans and Democrats don't agree on approach. Republicans are pushing for a short-term continuing resolution to keep the government funded through mid-November. But Democrats see that as a partisan bill, and they believe that the president's agenda has really hurt a lot of Americans with regard to the issue of health care. So they want that addressed in some capacity to at least win their votes, which is critical in the Senate. More specifically, they've been asking for a rollback of those Medicaid cuts that were recently passed in the big, beautiful bill. And they also want an extension of the subsidies that are due to expire at the end of the year under the Affordable Care Act, because they say without any kind of extension, people's premiums may go up. They don't want that to happen, so they want a deal there. They also don't want the White House to keep clawing back funding that is congressionally approved. So there's a lot of issues that, Democrats have raised. But again, Republicans say that, these are unserious demands and really should be dealt with separately from government funding.
Yeah, hard to pick just one, Nikole, to your point. Talking about these possible layoffs, how unusual is it for an administration to opt for layoffs rather than the temporary furloughs we normally see during a government shutdown? And what could be the impact of losing even more federal workers at this point?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think it's important to point out that this is just guidance, right? And we still have to see how things play out if, in fact, there is a shutdown. So what we can say is that this posture by the Office of Management and Budget would break precedent with what we have seen in previous shutdowns, and that typically the way it works is that federal workers are furloughed. They basically have to stop working. They're not getting paid unless they're essential employees. But in essence, what this memo is saying is, hey, if there's a shutdown, we should look for additional reductions in force.
We'll see what happens next. Nikole, thank you very much.